Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope आप लोगों का दिन बहुत ही बढ़िया रहा होगा. Today I am actually a little lost for words. Q, because I'm standing next to Mr. Sandeep Narain. Like I was saying, this car brought back a lot of memories, and that is thank you to Mr. Sandeep Narain. This is MG, right?
Yes.
And I'll let you introduce this car.
Okay, so I'm Sandeep Narain. I collect cars, vintage cars, and we've been in the automobile business for the last 75 years. I'm the third generation, and now the youngsters have taken over, which are the fourth generation. So I only thought it fit that I have some of our old legacy here, old cars. So this is a MG YA 1948. There are very few cars of YA which were made originally by MG, because MG by and large was more a roadster sporty look. This was Morris. The full form of MG is Morris Garages. So this was a dealership of Morris which wanted to make sportier cars. So it was more a sporty kind of the two-seater, the TC version.
Right.
Which is but this is a YA, which is a rarity because very few cars were made in the saloon version of the MG.
Story that goes with this. Okay. Yes. The reason why Morris garages back then, they decided to do sportier look because one of the most avid customer जो उनका था वो थे Prince Phillips.
Yes.
Right? And
Yes.
Prince Phillips actually Queen Elizabeth के husband थे, and he was absolutely in love
Yes.
with the Morris garages, right?
Yes.
In fact, Morris garages, and this is what the talk of the town was back then, that he built first these cars trying to entice the Queen Mother and the Queen Elizabeth herself, right?
Right.
Because they used to drive the Rolls Royces,
Yes.
and they loved the Rolls Royces. So he built this
Yes.
to entice them.
Absolutely.
But then the story goes that Prince Phillips requested him that I want a sportier model to go. And that's where the TY
Yes.
came into inception, right? And then it moved on to the Bond movies as well.
Yes.
It featured in some of the James
Yes.
Bond. जो लोग बहुत मतलब जिनको कार enthusiast है ना, तो ये सब information उनके पास रहेगी, right? And जैसे I did say in the start of this video, you brought back so much of memories because I grew up on this, right? And knowing the history, knowing the breed of it, right? But you not only have the MG, right? But we will get into how you actually, refurbished and everything, because in this frame, there are two other cars, right? And I'll let you take the con and let us talk about the next car that is sitting next to it.
Yeah.
Now, please tell us about this.
This is a Fiat 1958, Fiat Spider 1958, a two-seater sports car. Now, this car belonged to my uncle, my mama, in Delhi, who had got it in Calcutta. And it was lying there. Unfortunately, he passed away about 15 years back. The children were not interested in this car. So I had gone to his place, and they were planning to give it a quiet burial, this car, in his memory, and put a tombstone over there. This is where stood the Fiat Spider 1958. So this was at his farmhouse near Mehrauli. So I was there for lunch in a winter day, and I just saw the top of the car. I had seen the car in its heydays when he used to drive. So I just saw the top of it. Just this much was visible, and the rest of it had sunk in because they had not built up their house by then there. So they were just trying to build their house. So it was all there, and the rest of the car was buried. So I said, "What is this?" And it looks like Mama's Spider. So we had nicknamed it Tootsie. He had only named it Tootsie, just out of larks. So he used to call it.
No.
Yeah, he was from Cambridge, so he had that typical British sense of humor. So he named it the Tootsie. So we used to all call it the Tootsie in the family. So I said, "Is this the Tootsie?" So my cousin said, "Yes, yeah, this is the Tootsie." So I said, you are not doing this. She said, we are giving it a burial and having a lunch over here and ceremony kind of a thing and putting your tombstone because nobody is kind of maintaining it and this is all gone to, it's been lying here for the last 10 years or so. So I said, no way. I'm taking this car out. And he said, please, my mommy said, please take it. Beta le jao isko and please take it. It's yours. So I literally got my people, called my people from their place. They came the next day. We took a crane, dug around it, dug the car out, loaded it onto a truck, and I brought it here.
All the way to Lucknow.
All the way to... No, brought it from Delhi. Delhi
to
Lucknow. And I didn't know where to start because the car was completely gutted.
Wow.
There was nothing left of it below and inside. There was literally nothing left of it. I had to look at the photographs, old photographs, the match them. I had to get the entire car redone. So from scratch. It's like building a car from scratch.
Dare to say that it would have just been the frame, the body frame.
Yes.
And not
there was nothing. So I then got leather seat covers by my friend in Kanpur. He's a tanner, so he was gracious enough to give me leather seat covers, and I then did up each and everything from scratch. So this car was...
And it's a convertible.
It's a convertible.
And think about it, we are talking about the 19...
So now people have started coming and having a look at it, the connoisseurs, and they say, oh, please give us... I said, no way. I'm not parting with this car.
Right. There is another in the same garage, right? Now, we're again going to give the con to Mr. Sandeep to talk about this one here. So if Irfan would be kind enough to follow us.
Gentleman in Nagpur, he was wanting to sell it. So I flew down from here to Nagpur.
Right.
And I had just seen the pictures of this car. It was again at his farmhouse, but it was more or less in the same condition as it is now. And this is a 1939 Packard Straight 6. So, yeah. So,
again, very rare.
This car was working. Yes, it's a very nice car. It was working. It is back then still working right now. And this was more or less, I brought it as... But these two, MG and the Fiat.
Yeah.
MG, I did a lot of work.
Yeah.
I traveled to London to get the parts. Yeah, the parts at that particular point in time.
Right.
So I bought some of the engine parts, restored the engine to its original condition, including the dipstick and stuff.
Right.
Everything is about this car is original. I took a lot of help from Moss Products over there. So they then...
For those of you who don't know Moss Products is, you would say, a little bit of a DNA to Morris Garages,
yes,
basically.
Yes.
And they have, they still provide a lot of the vintage and even the parts for the original MGs, basically.
Yeah.
अच्छा, एक चीज मुझे बहुत इंट्रीग कर रही है, राइट?
बताइए.
इसमें आपको रिस्टोरेशन में कितना टाइम लगा MG में?
MG में मुझे about 1.5 से 2 साल.
1.5 से 2 साल एट ईच
1.5 साल
पार्ट.
आई वुड से 1.5 साल.
1.5 साल. और हर एक पार्ट आपने सोर्स किया होगा बहुत, मतलब.
हाँ,
राइट.
बिकॉज स्पेशली द इंजन एंड द अदर थिंग्स आई नीडेड टू, मतलब मुझे इंजन और उसको मैकेनिकली एकदम गाड़ी मतलब यूज्ड एज इन कि मैं यूज कर सकूं.
Which you take it for drives?
Yes.
Telling me.
Yes. मैं दोनों गाड़ी, मेरी जितनी गाड़ियां हैं, मतलब मैं नॉर्मली यूज कर सकता हूँ.
Wow.
एक तो मेरे साथ एडवांटेज ये है कि मेरे पास डीलरशिप्स हैं ऑटोमोबाइल, तो मेरे पास अपने गैराजेस हैं, लोग हैं.
So you have people.
बट अब पुराने लोग रह नहीं गए जो गाड़ियां. एक मेरा पुराना मैकेनिक था, ही इज नाउ पैरालाइज्ड, तो वो गाड़ियां जो बनाता था,
just about to ask.
उसके अंडर में एक ये ट्रेन हो रहे थे, ये भी पुराने हैं हमारे, तो अब ये थोड़ा सा इनको
मेंटेन कर
लेते हैं. अदरवाइज मेंटेन करना इन गाड़ियों को आसान नहीं है.
राइट.
आपको कॉन्स्टेंटली, आपके सामने मैंने देखा होगा, इनको बोला कि हर हफ्ते स्टार्ट कर दिया करो, आगे पीछे कर दिया करो, एंड देन सम ऑफ मंथ्स बहुत मुश्किल होता है इनको निकालना बिकॉज हीट अप होती हैं, आज की तरह एसीज नहीं है गाड़ियों में।
Right.
तो वी नॉर्मली यूज देम between let's say November to March, April.
Absolutely.
So I keep taking them out one by one.
Winters में I know that you guys conduct. मुझे अभी
Yes.
चला कि लखनऊ में आपके पास एक हेरिटेज क्लब
Yes,
भी है.
हम लोग यहाँ पे 10 से 12 एंथुजियास्ट लोग थे
Right.
विंटेज कार में।
Right.
तो हम लोग ने अपना एक अवध हेरिटेज कार क्लब बनाया है।
Okay. Yep.
जो कि हम लोग विंटर इन मंथ्स में फ्रॉम नवंबर टू मार्च
Right.
हम लोग अलग अलग इवेंट्स करते रहते हैं
Right.
एंड रैलीज।
Right.
तो
कुछ
अभी हम
चैरिटी
लोग
होता है, कुछ
Yes,
चैरिटी रन
yes.
होते हैं, कुछ
या स्पॉन्सर्ड होते हैं।
sponsored होते हैं.
हाँ।
Right. Right.
सो हम लोग कुछ ना कुछ करते रहते हैं,
Right.
स्मॉल ड्राइव्स एंड लंचेस एक्सेट्रा, वेयर हम लोग सारी गाड़ियां
खड़ी
अपनी
कर
जो
देते हैं.
खड़ी कर
People
देते हैं,
able to watch them.
people are able to watch.
वो एक culture, that culture is, I would love to, and I did tell Mr. Sandeep Narain that I want to be a part of that the next time you guys are out, right?
Definitely.
And एक चीज मैं और कहना चाहूंगा to this is attention to Rajiv Chhaba ji at MG and Gaurav Gupta ji at MG. Please, guys, contact Mr. Sandeep Narain. He's in Lucknow, and you will be shocked to know that जो MG का शोरूम है वो सिर्फ स्टोन थ्रो अवे है इनके शोरूम से, यानी कि जहाँ पे ये गाड़ियाँ हैं. I will personally send out emails to you guys, but I need you to take cognizance. This is a piece of history, and there are only 2 in India. And Mr. Sandeep Narain was telling me, and this is like, you know, he's put his heart and soul into putting this together. He's almost done everything for you. Please take cognizance of this fact, right? And I must say, sir, I grew up basically in this culture, right? The British culture. And you've just brought back so many memories. I got a shock in a previous video. And with it is your son, right?
Yes.
So he gave me the biggest shock of my life by having the Volvo at the आपका
Yes.
जो
Since we are Volvo dealers, so
Right.
he bought that car came up for auction
Right,
on a Ocean
right,
auction.
The-
So he bought it from
Amazon.
Ocean, Volvo Amazon
Amazon.
1967.
and
So he bought that from an auction.
and look at this today. And if my father would be watching these videos for sure, and he's definitely going to coax me to give his number out to him, which I will. And Dad, yes, of course, I have been. Thank you very much for bringing back so much of heritage. I never thought this could be possible, let alone in UP, let alone in Lucknow. I mean, I don't know. I'm lost for words. I don't know what to say.
No, there are a lot of enthusiasts here in Lucknow.
Right.
So we have a very rich cultural heritage
Yeah.
which we wanted to bring forth
Right.
to the people. So
Right.
that's why we formed this club, Awadh Heritage Car Club.
Right. Right.
And here we are.
Thank you, Mr. Sandeep Narain.
you.
And, you know, mind you, he's a very busy person.
No.
Very, very busy person.
I'm never busy for these. This is my passion.
This is your passion.
Yes. So I'm passionate about these cars and
Right.
vintage cars and
Right.
automobile in general. So
Right.
anything to do with automobiles, I'm always available.
Right. He took time out and he really hosted us, and I really appreciate that in him. And this is not the last time. I'm going to come back to him because I think he's working on 2 other restoration,
Yeah.
which I can't.
I'm also not
yeah.
to.
And there is something planned. Of course, you guys are eventually going to be on that journey as well, and you will find him very frequent on my videos in series as well, basically, right?
Thank you so much.
But
Indrajit.
I thank you. Yeah, and now I know when I want to get back to my memories growing up, where to come and find those memories.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Please, before you go, subscribe, like, share, comment, and please ring the bell as well. And we'll see you in the next video. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.